we're actually going to bring up a tweet from Rajat. And Jerry and I are both historically, how would you call it? We speak to the average people, right? We're not the British hodls of the world. We speak to the average people, and we know what the average people have in their house, in their possession. Even if they don't have $10,000 in their bank account or in their stock portfolio, they have stuff around their house, right? And so that's kind of one of the things we've been preaching for a while now is there's absolutely zero excuses for somebody to own zero sats today. Just take a look around your house. Even if you trade $50 Nintendo for 50,000 sats, like that's something that every single person could do. And it was Rajat actually that shared a tweet today that we wanted to talk about here. So let's see it.
And this is actually something that I thought of because of Jor. I watch you saying it regularly. Sell your jackets for Bitcoin. Sell whatever you don't need for Bitcoin, right? And today I was going to the gym, and I know there's a vintage shop that's right next to the gym. So I just grabbed all the clothes that I had in my closet that I wasn't wearing for a while. I just threw them in my trunk, and I went to the vintage shop. So they take some time to actually assess your clothes and tell you how much they're going to give you. So in the meantime, I went to the gym, right? So it was literally 5 minutes of my life, and I didn't really have to do anything. I got $29.40 for it. It was for clothes that I wasn't going to wear. They were just sitting in my closet. I had no use for them, and I bought 20,000 sats with it. It might not seem like a lot. A lot of people, like there was a guy who commented, what did he say? He said, this is not worth your time. Let me just show you the comment here. Oh, here. You must be really hurting financially to go through the effort of selling clothes for $30. So you value your time at less than $30 an hour. Like I said, it took 5 minutes. So I got $30 for 5 minutes. So you multiply that by 12. What is that? $240 an hour, which is pretty great.
Rajat, hold on.
No.
Is it more?
Yeah. Talk about your setting your own salary and apply it to that.
Yes. So let's say they said if I'm making this much money, then this is not worth my time. But the way that I see it, I mean, there are two things that I can say. So number one, why would I waste these clothes? They're just sitting in my closet. I have no use for them. Do I throw them in the garbage? Why not try to make the earth a better place? If that's, I mean, I plan to live for the next 100 years. So I want the earth to be better. I want to not waste water, not waste material. So I'm doing nothing with those clothes. They're just sitting there. Somebody might be able to go there, get the jeans that I sold, and wear them to an interview, go to a job. Who knows? Maybe they'll be able to get those jeans. Like these jeans are $100. They're Levi's, but I had no use for them. They can buy them for $20, $25 now, basically brand new. Right. And now I get value out of it. They get value out of it. So let's say, for example, if back to what Jor, you were saying, if I wait to spend this, I'm not planning to spend this right now. Right now, it took me 5 minutes. I got $29.40 from it. Eventually, this is going to be worth $50, then $100, then $200, $500, $1,000. So at that point, it's almost like thinking I'm getting paid $1,000 for 5 minutes of work that I did back then. It's me putting my time into Bitcoin and using my energy to actually convert it into the best form of money in the world.
Yeah, when you're doing this, when you're living in Bitcoin, when you're measuring things in Bitcoin, and you're converting your time and energy into Bitcoin, like Rajat did. He had some energy in his house, some clothes that somebody else made, converted that to Bitcoin, and then it doesn't matter when you earn it; it matters when you spend it. That's when you set your salary. So Rajat takes those 20,000 sats, puts it into a wallet. Maybe he waits 20 years. Maybe those sats are worth $1 per sat. Maybe he just made $20,000 worth of purchasing power in 5 minutes. What's your hourly rate on that? Whoever left that comment there, like that's how you have to be thinking about this stuff, right? It would be different if Rajat took that $20 and went and bought a case of beer with it. Then it's, arguably I would still spend $5 to do that. And like Rajat said, make the planet a better place. But it's a little bit different than looking at it in the future where those sats could be worth $20,000 of purchasing power when he spends them, not when you earn it, but when you actually part with those sats.
Yeah, exactly. And me and Joe are on the same page with this. We look at sats like dollars, man. But honestly, the only reason we do that is because that's the measuring stick that we use is dollars. But to me, it's not even close. Like Satoshis are way, way more rare and more worth more to me in the future like George said, when you spend them, then the purchasing power, then dollars, because there's only a finite amount. If you guys seen the Coinbase commercial, I show that on my channel all the time. When you see the amount of dollars that they print, not on a weekly or a monthly, but a daily basis, and you see the finiteness of Satoshis. And again, it's not about the Bitcoin, it's about, because Bitcoin to me is just like the marketing name. It's all about the Satoshis. And you see that. I just looked at that, and that just made me so happy for Rajat, because he just got an incredible amount of wealth for nothing, for something that was just laying around the house. I am currently on my journey to be a minimalist right now. And I'm trying to get rid of everything that is not nailed to the floor, like Rajat said, that is just getting in the way and we don't need, right? Because if you really look and you really understand and you know what Satoshis are and what they're going to be in the future, they're the most finite pieces of digital money, or any kind of money we've ever seen in human history, and no one knows about this. Almost 95% of the Bitcoin has been mined, and over 95% of the people don't know what it is. So take every single thing that you have in your house and really take a look at it. I mean, really take a look at it and say, do I need this? Am I using this? How many Satoshis can I get? And like George said, buy your time back. And in the future, your purchasing power is going to be unbelievable.
And then there's also the other side of things where people are probably thinking, oh, these guys aren't buying their Bitcoin. They're telling us about Bitcoin because they need exit liquidity. No, we're still buying. We're still buying. We're not going to stop
every day.
We're not going to stop buying just because the price is higher. If we have, the way that all of us see it is, if we have extra fiat, we're going to convert it into Bitcoin. That's simply it. It's as easy as that. There's nothing else. There's no real plan here. If we have extra fiat, we put it in Bitcoin. That's it. And then we plan to hold it. There is a plan. We hold it for 4 years, but it's not like if after 4 years, if Bitcoin's price is up, it's not like we're going to sell. It's still our savings account. It's just that our purchasing power has increased massively. And now we have more freedom. We can do the things that we want to. We can think about how our future will look with this Bitcoin, how Bitcoin will look. So somebody asked here, then who's selling? It's people who have held for, let's say 15, 16, 14, 13 years. People who bought at $1, $2. If they bought 1,000 Bitcoin at $1 each, they now have $100 million worth of wealth. If they sell 1,000 Bitcoin, it doesn't affect them. They still have $99 million worth of wealth. So to them, it doesn't matter. The important thing here is, don't worry about what the price does. Stop worrying about who's selling. Exactly, like Letha said, who needs 2 kidneys? Sell one. Get rid of one. You don't need it. And then buy it back later. At some point, you'll be able to buy 30 kidneys with your Bitcoin. Right? And the point here is just, don't think about the price. The price is just one metric out of many. The price over time is going up, but in the short term, it'll be volatile. For all we know, in the short term, we could see a 50% drop. For all we know, in the short term, we could see an 80% drop. But over the long term, that's all that matters. If over the long term, your purchasing power is going up in terms of Bitcoin, then you win.
Yeah. And I mean, Rajat nailed it there. He said, you're measuring it in one way to measuring things. And I think even that system is completely shattered in terms of people still measuring things in fiat. Because how do you measure something if, in that case, when you're measuring things in US dollars, that the US dollar is the bottom part of that equation there? And we really have no idea how many dollars exist, both physically, digitally. I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but there was a month in about the year 2001. It was the 9th month of the year, September 2001. There was something that happened there that really shook the world. And 2 days before that happened, or 1 day before that happened, the Pentagon announced that they just were missing $2.3 trillion dollars. So the numbers that they give us are complete BS, for one. And even if they were somewhat accurate with their valuations on it, we still have no idea. So you can't measure anything against something that you have no idea how much supply there is. In this case, US dollars. In Bitcoin, you can go to a website this second and you can see exactly how many sats are in circulation right now. And the nice thing about that is many of them are lost. Many of them will never be moved again, which makes that supply even less. So it's not like it can be overstated. If anything, the supply is actually understated.
Exactly. And when you have a broken measuring stick, like the fiat dollars, it's very hard to measure things, especially when you're going in and out of stores and buying things with, fiat broken money for goods and services. But with Satoshis, again, I measure my net worth with Satoshis. Period. End of story. Wherever I have my quote unquote Bitcoin stored, whether it's on Sparrow or on my Speed wallet or whatever, I always set to Satoshis, right? And I measure my net worth against the hardest, most finite units of money in the world. Period. And that just makes me so happy. I feel like this is like a cheat code, man. Right? I feel like,
Jerry, could you just repeat that again? Because I think that is such great advice for Bitcoiners of all levels. Like, just go through that process again of changing your mindset by what you look at.
sure. As far as like changing the
units.
Yeah. So when everybody has either a Sparrow wallet or whatever they have their Bitcoin on, whether it's a hot wallet, cold storage, even your exchange that you have it on for now. Don't set it to Bitcoin. Don't set it to the B0.00 stuff. Always set it to Satoshis. Right? And why do you do that? Well, it just changes your whole mindset, right? Because when you look at a Bitcoin, you just, I got a fraction of this and it's only 0.00 or whatever. Because again, a Bitcoin is an arbitrary number. It's 100 million Satoshis or whatever. I measure my net worth with Satoshis. So when I look at my Speed wallet and I go to Steak and Shake and I spend 13,000 Satoshis or whatever for a burger and some fries and a drink or whatever, I look at that like, wow, this is the equivalent of me one day buying 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin. Because in the future, 20 years from now, people are going to say, you paid 14,000 Satoshis for a burger, fries, and a shake? Because 14,000 Satoshis is going to be somebody's, dare I say, yearly salary or monthly salary or whatever, whatever year it is.
Monthly, then yearly.
Yes. Right? So you got to look at your net worth in Satoshis, man. Period. I mean, again, it is so crazy to me. We're talking about we're still buying and stuff. I buy quite often. You guys know how much I buy, Jor. And I buy quite often. And I smash buy and I buy, my DCAs and stuff. And I'm looking at this thing like every time I'm buying this and I'm putting it away, I'm getting a piece of the most finite pie in the world. And nobody knows about it. So it's my job, our job, to learn this thing, understand what it is, and teach other people. Again, if you have friends and family that don't have Satoshis, you got to help them. Now, you can't do the work for them, but you got to help them either put a little bit away for them, send them. Again, Speed Wallet to me is the best, quote unquote, orange pill wallet there is out there. I love the Speed Wallet. Absolutely love it. And you can earn free sats for doing it. And Jor always talks about getting that name as an email, which would be more important than an email in the future. So again, long story short, it is the most finite money in the world, and make sure you set it to Satoshis and measure your net worth in Satoshis. Forget the dollars. Say, it's worth 10,000. It's worth that. Don't even measure it with dollars, man. Just look at the Satoshis in your purchasing power in the future.
Yep. Great advice. And just following up what Jerry said there, the reason I said that is because I think that lightning addresses are going to do to sending money around the world to what email did to communications. Like the email protocol itself allowed anybody on earth to communicate with each other. And the Lightning network now built on top of the Bitcoin network, if you have a Lightning address, you can send money to any single person on the planet with an internet connection. That is so incredibly powerful. But kind of what I was saying there is like, you can use something like Speed, you can use Koinos, you can use Wallet of Satoshi. There's several different apps that we recommend people use, but just go there today. And even if you have no intention on using it right away, go and get your username, because just like an email, it's so important to have something that's short, concise, doesn't have a bunch of numbers in it, doesn't have an underline and an exclamation mark in it, because this is how you're going to receive money in the future. And so if you're looking for sats, if you sell something or you did a job for somebody, you could just say, yeah, my address is Rajat@speed.app instead of Rajat_323, blue sky. Like that's where we are in email right now, because there's none left. There's no usernames left in email. And we're going to get to that same point in Lightning addresses one day. And so I think before everybody figures that out, you should claim yourself a couple different options for your speed app. So I just posted a video about that yesterday on my channel. So go check that out. Actually, so I posted that and I was like, leave a comment below and I'll send you some sats. And stupid me, there was like 300 people who commented on there. I'm going to be there for a full day giving away a bunch of sats because of that. So if you want some free sats, I guess go watch that video if I posted on my channel yesterday. But
I was one of them.
so